Frederick William Fred Schneider III is an American vocalist, best known as the frontman of the rock band the B-52s, of which he is a founding member. Schneider is well known for his sprechgesang, which he developed from reciting poetry over guitars. Early life: Schneider was born in Newark, New Jersey. He has stated that his musical influences included Halloween songs and nutty Christmas songs along with Motown. In college, he wrote a book of poetry for his final project. After college, he held down jobs as a janitor as well as a Meals on Wheels driver. Other music ventures: aside from duties as the frontman of the B-52s, Fred Schneider has released 2 solo albums. He is currently working on a side project called The Superiors. The group released a self-titled EP in the album Destination. Christmas. In 2010 and in February 2011 began working on a proper full-length album. Fred Schneider and the Shake Society Just Frederick, which was produced by Steve Albini. The Superiors, Destination. Christmas. Bat Baby, Konnichiwa, collaborations: he sang with Richard Barron on Barron's 1990 album, Primal Dream, the track Mr. Used to Be. Richard also co-wrote 2 songs and arranged on Just Fred, and produced Fred's version of Harry Nilsson's Coconut, released as a single from the Nilsson tribute album For the Love of Harry. He worked with Sophie Ellis-Bextor on some songs for her album Trip the Light Fantastic. A song which he worked on and provided vocals for called Supersonic appeared on the UK and Australian version of her album. He was a guest vocalist on the song The Power of Pussy, on Bongwater's 1990 album of the same name. He worked with Captain Planet on the Eco Rap, an updated theme song used for the New Adventures of Captain Planet. Fred Schneider is featured on Stinky Dinky, track 9 of RuPaul's 1993 debut album, Supermodel of the World. The 1994 produced track Do the Funky Something by Godchildren of Soul features Fred Schneider and could be found on the GOS album Anyone Can Join and on the Rufus Thomas compilation Do the Funky Something. The 1994 compilation Elvira Presents Monster Hits features the track Here Comes the Bride sung by Elvira. Fred sings guest vocals and co-wrote the song. Possum Dixon's 1998 album New Sheets has the song Firecracker written by Fred. The soundtrack for the Rugrats movie, released in 1998, contains the track The World Is Something New to Me, and features Kate, Fred and Cindy along with other artists. He was a guest vocalist on the song National Anthem of Love, on Joe McIntyre's album Meet Joe Mac. He provided the vocals for the Foo Fighters cover of Planet Claire, released as a bonus track on the FF single Times Like These. The compilation album Wig in a Box The songs from Hedwig and the Angry Inch released in 2003 features the collaboration of Sleater Kinney and Fred on the title Angry Inch. The 2004 release of the compilation album Trekkies 2 features his collaboration with B-52's part-time keyboarder Pat Owen Beam Me Up. Tiny Masters of Today released the album Bang Bang Boom Cake in 2007 and Fred is featured on the Kids song Disco Bomb. Schneider provided guest vocals on Denny Bonet's 2010 single Girl Party. The track can also be found on the in 2013 released album It's All Good. The album was produced by Richard Barron, an artist Fred and Kate Pearson were collaborating already earlier. Fred Schneider appears on the Ursula 1000 song Hey You. From the album Mondo Biondo. Schneider and 1000 would form a one-off project called The Fangs, who released a song called Vampire Vamp for Halloween 2012. Filmography: films in which Fred Schneider has appeared include Trekkies 2, Each Time I Kill, Godass, Desert Blue, The Rugrats Movie, The Flintstones, Handfire A Matter of Degrees, Funny, Athens, Georgia, Inside Out, One Trick Pony. He is credited alongside Kate Pearson on the Nickelodeon cartoon Rocko's Modern Life for the theme song vocals. He was a guest on an episode of Space Ghost Coast to Coast. He guest-starred on an episode of Le Bush in 2008. He appeared on an episode of The Daily Show on June 2, 2008. He appeared on an episode of The L Word in 2006. Briefly sang a line in an episode of The Cleveland Show in 2011. Radio: until late 2008 Schneider hosted a show called Party Out of Bounds that aired Friday nights, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. on Sirius 33 First Wave. On the show, Schneider played a mix of new wave-era dance, remixes and rarities, interspersed with Schneider's own humorous bits and anecdotes. Personal life: as of July 2012, Schneider was living on Long Island, New York. Schneider discussed his experience of coming out as gay to his mother with Howard Stern on the latter's radio broadcast of February 22, 2010. Schneider's mother always knew more about her son than he knew about himself. He came out of the closet while she was vacuum cleaning. "Oh, I know, Freddie," she said, and continued vacuuming without missing a beat. "It's like, well, okay. I guess I'll go back outside and smoke some pot." He is a lifelong vegetarian, and he appeared in a PETA ad campaign discouraging people from eating lobsters. Bibliography, Indiana, 1975/1976. Fred Schneider personally handwrote approximately 100 copies of a short book of his poems entitled Bleb. This is notable as the first appearance of the lyrics to There's a Moon in the Sky, which was then a poem. The B-52s turned the lyrics into a song in 1978. This poem was one of the ones reprinted in his following book, and other unrelated works. In 1987, Fred Schneider wrote a paperback book of mostly poetry entitled Fred Schneider and Other Unrelated Works, which was published by Arbor House, New York. The book is approximately 96 pages and out of print. The book was a compilation of new material and reprinted poems from his independent release Bleb, with illustrations by Kenny Scharf, who also did the cover art for the B-52's 1986 album Bouncing Off the Satellites. Approximately 6,000 copies were printed. References. External links: Fred Schneider at the Internet Movie Database,